That's better. Yeah, nice.
Welcome back, everyone. This week we're at Lawden. So we came here because, well, it's getting towards the end of the season, and we didn't get to do much good riding at Wildman, or not. It was too difficult to see where we're going. So we came here because it's more piney and there's less leaves on the floor. So I feel like the practice is really starting to pay off, with like the forcing of my left and right arms to turn the bike rather than, I don't know. I don't feel like I was ever turning the handlebars before, but it was never like an active decision to stick my butt out, weight one leg and push the other arm, opposite arm down to just really make the bike turn, and I really feel like it's making a difference. And this is what, my third week of practicing now, so it was good. I told the other guys as well, and some of them have mountain bike backgrounds, so I think like that information and technique carried across, and they instantly became quicker as well, and everyone was just thinking like, why don't we do this before? And I guess one of those things, I guess, where it's, you know, easy to say, hard to do, harder to think about if you don't realize you're not doing it. And I didn't even know it was a thing to do. But, I mean, now that I do it, it feels weird to not do it. It feels so inefficient to ride the other way. I mean, I'm just less tired riding like this, and I feel like I can go much quicker, brake much later, and still turn more aggressively using less energy. It's just... Oh, pardon me, sorry, burped. Just had dinner. Yeah, I just feel like it's a lot more efficient to ride this way, and yeah, absolutely having a great blast. And Lawden is obviously is extremely smooth. There's no bumps here. There's nothing. So you're just basically just ripping along this beautiful trail. No leaves on the trees now, but it's nice and wide. They've also changed the track quite a bit. Like they've it used to start straight out of the car park on like one of the little turns, but now it actually goes off into the woods, and it feels like a much better long trail if you go all the way around. Really enjoyed it, actually. Yeah, the new trail, I think we did a little bit of it in the Terra Nova, not a huge amount, but yeah, cool. Really nice place to come. Super smooth, and they improved the car park. The car park's got like this tarmac down now. It's, well, not tarmac, but it's like, I don't know, I think it's like reclaimed tarmac or something, Lucas said. Anyway, yeah, it's a much nicer car park now, and it's been cleared out, so it's much wider, so more people can come and enjoy this tract. So yeah, messed up a gear change. But today it was a really good day out riding, until unfortunately one of us hit a tree. He smashed his bike to pieces, and at the time we thought he was quite injured, but I've seen him since, and he's fine. It was just perhaps the initial shock of, I think he bounced off a root which flicked him into a tree, which sent him flying. His front fender's smashed, radiator's bent, headlights cracked. Quite a lot of damage, a little clip later on, but he was fine. So that's after the initial shock and the bruising, and there was no swelling apparently, just the bruising went down. He was all fine afterwards, so thank God for that. We don't really ride to push each other, so maybe he said he was feeling a little bit off, and actually he bumped into a few trees. But usually what we do is we ride like a zone, like a section, or if it's a short one, maybe a couple of sections, and then we wait and just let everyone catch up, and then we take a rest, and then when everyone's good to go, we go on again. So we don't like push, because I mean that's how injuries happen. It's not a race. We're not. I mean, I feel like I'm going quick in this video, but realistically, I'm not. I definitely feel like I could go faster, especially along like the straights. I could put some more acceleration into it, be a bit more aggressive. But what's the point? It's a trail ride. Like, I'm just happy to practice turning, which I'm very happy about. I don't know if it's the weather, but the bike starts to bog a little bit, or it could be because I'm riding in third a lot more, and I used the clutch today. I didn't do that thing where I was like saying I'm not using any clutch. I definitely used the clutch to feather and try and keep like a more stable amount of power delivery. It feels good. I feel really happy with the performance. Lucas and I were chatting, and he mentioned that he thought that this year 0 to 1, like, you know, the first year of riding, was such a huge improvement over like the dual sport days, and yeah, I would agree. But then it was an even bigger shock how much the improvement is from the first to the second year, and I would say, like, of all the stuff we've learned, 10% was probably from the dual sport days, 30 to 40% perhaps from the first year, and then 50% out, 50 to 60% out on the second year, because we started to get the pivots down. I don't look at any logs now and freak out. I'm just happy to, like, really get over almost anything that I see. I feel like I've been really pushing hard to improve my turning, especially towards the end of this season. I put a bit of effort in at the start of the season as well with the MX courses, you know, like really like trying to get out there and get out of my comfort zone. Riding in the races, obviously, you see superior riders everywhere, so you can keep up with them for like even 30 seconds. You start like observing them and watching them and seeing what they're doing. You're like, oh, I see what you did there. Okay. So that's obviously helped massively improve the riding performance as well, and obviously just a bit more seat time getting out and practicing stuff. I know, crazy to believe, but it actually does help you improve. And upon that, I've been exercising quite a bit, like really trying to improve my leg strength, my lower core strength and my lower body strength. Got there in the end. And as well as my cardio, just to make sure I can't blame my own body for any of the issues. But I mean, I keep overdoing it slightly. Like my legs were super sore this morning, so I didn't actually film very much from the start of the day because it took about 45 minutes before I could actually even feel my legs. Like they're so sore that I couldn't ride properly. Like I couldn't do the turning that I was talking about because I couldn't put any weight on a single leg, because I felt like I was about 2 seconds away from having a spasm or cramp in my leg. But after about, I would say, 45 minutes, my legs cheered up and I was able to actually start riding properly. So right now we're following Darko, as well as today we had Chris, Lucas and Paul. And yeah, we were just out practicing, going through some tight weaving things, really trying to lean that bike over. I was actually trying to do the same thing with that I was doing, like, you know, with like this hover sit thing, but instead I was trying to do it standing up, and just to see how quick you can turn. I don't know if this will come in useful. Probably will. I feel like anything balance practice and just getting extremely confident at moving the bike around is like beneficial to riding. So I'm happy to ride a bit slower now and then and really practice just moving the bike exactly where I want it to be. Yeah, so really enjoying this. So I've got to get my start getting everything serviced soon. Here we go. So the accident has occurred. You can see the right radiator's all bent, the shroud is up in the air, it's all fucked, the fender's missing, the headlight's all cracked up as well. But the guy's alright. So we brought the truck in because we didn't know at this point, because obviously adrenaline, pain and everything. So we went and got the truck and took the bike out without him having to ride it out, because he's just had a bad off. It's a good job we have a truck as well, so we could get him out. Drop him off. Alright, back out on the trails. So hit the speed again, having a bit of fun. I really like Lawden. They've changed the trail and it is really good fun. So if anyone wants to come for just like some super fast flowy trails, this is a definite recommendation. I like this probably more than is it Baxter, the closest one to the city, because this one I would say there's less tree stumps by the edge, so you're just not going to get your foot caught going through corners as much. The other place I kept catching my pegs or smacking my foot off, and I know I can only blame myself really, but if I had to choose between two places, I would pick here. The only problem is it's an extra 45 minutes drive, or something close to that anyway, or maybe at least half an hour extra drive from that place to up here. So it's like, okay, well, you know, is what it is. Yeah, so the snow is starting to come down now. There won't be many riding weeks left, so then obviously I can't ride over winter, and if I'm not riding, I'm not making any videos. I'm not one of those people. So yeah, see how many weeks are left, and then I will see you all next year. Hopefully have my bike good to go again, get into the races, get ready for the Beagle Bash, freeze my nuts off. Well, that's what I was told what happened this year anyway. Nice big log hop. Bit of an angle, but yeah, no biggie. Anyway, that'll do. See ya!